Good day everybody, and welcome to Whazhatt, the series where we take a look at various simulation and tycoon style games. And you might be wondering why we're staring at this gray screen with a line through it. Well, it's because today we're taking a look at a very minimalistic game called Synekism. I believe that's how you say it. And this line here is actually our main street. And you might recognize a few features, such as our little RCI indicator down here, got our population, money balance, probably spending a bit of money maintaining this line through the center of our map. And we can create some zoning here. So let's actually start with some commercial zoning with a medium density. And just to plop a little bit of that down on our main street here. Now what's cool about this game is that the zones, or the buildings, are actually dynamically made, so the zone shapes change depending on how you draw your roads. To get some very interesting shapes going here. I'll actually hit play and see if anything pops up. Just one building. So we see that we're actually negative now for RCI, or for our commercial demand, so we need a bit of residential. So let's create that. I'll create some, say let's low density residential over here. Okay, match the roads, bunch of houses pop up, and fills in our commercial. Now we have a huge demand for industry, so I'm gonna go up the road here a bit, grab some industry, and we'll make it, say, medium density. Just zone a little bit over here. You notice there's no traffic, no cars, no textures even. It's a very minimalistic game. You're just kind of playing with the RCI. The budget doesn't matter too much because very quickly you'll start making money as long as all your zones are filled up and you follow the RCI indicator. It's bouncing around a little bit as things get settled. Some interesting mix of buildings going on here. And I want some more residential, so I'm going to put, say, residential. We'll do some medium density, and I'll fill in this block here. Got some larger walk-ups popping in. And you can go pretty free-form with this. I mean, it's very simplistic, so it means that there's more room for you to have control and create your own designs. So maybe I want like another road branching off that way, and I can make this like my downtown core. So I'll put some like heavy density commercial right up in here, and maybe some more back here. Get some weird shapes going on, put some over here. And I need a lot more residential. Let's get some heavy density residential. Put it back here. Let that grow a little. Speed up the game. Now this is all heavy density, but it's not growing yet. It's actually only creating the lower density buildings on the heavy density zones. What you can do is grab the government zoning tool, which will just zone generic government service buildings, and that'll actually increase the land value in an area, and the buildings are more attracted to this zone and more likely to increase in density. Looks like we need a lot more residential, so let's go heavier density. Put some over here. Oh, come on, click, click, click. There we go. Now our core is starting to grow. More residential. Whoa, some big buildings there. And now we need some more industry. So maybe I want like a highway is coming through here. I'm gonna imagine that. And then I can put my industry on there. I'll grab some meaty density. And zone like a large strip. Automatically adds roads in between. Oh, that was commercial. Oh well, that's gonna stay there. Actually, no, I'll show you the other tools. So you got D-zone, actually D-zone individual tiles, so that's neat. And then put industry, I can actually hold F to fill in a space. Although it looks like I can actually zone on top of other zones, and you actually get buildings sticking through each other. This is just a sort of in-development version of this game. It's been in development for many years. I think it's more of just a toy that the programmer was kind of messing around with. I don't expect it's going to turn into anything anytime soon. But it's still a fun little program to play with. Maybe you can even use it to design your cities for other games. Let's have a little bit more residential here. Something you can play during lunch. Doesn't take a lot of thought. That was medium density? Okay, that's fine. This isn't just growing. What's going on here? Maybe we'll try rezoning this. So I'll clear this out. And grab some commercial. Do medium density. If I hold F, I can fill in a previous zone. Weird. Also got bulldozer. I can take out existing buildings. There we go. Thought these buildings would be taller. We need more industry. Whoa! I did not mean to do that. Reconnect our roads up again. It's got a pretty good snap system. In fact, I can hold M to show the midpoints of all these roads. Okay, so I want to do some zoning, like, what do we need? Where's industry? So I can go from the midpoint of this to the midpoint of that. And more residential. Turns into a bit of a rat race where you're just constantly chasing demand. But you can also just kind of ignore it and zone as you feel fit. Eventually you'll fill everything in as long as you keep a general balance between the three of them. More residential. Looks like you always need a lot more residential than anything else. Okay, a bit of a neighborhood back here. And the heck of it, I'm gonna throw some light industry in here. And more industry by the highway. Ooh, interesting shaped buildings sometimes. Trying to get some larger commercial buildings, but they're not growing. Let's get some medium density. Oh yeah, see there's some buildings popping up inside of each other. I don't think that's what people mean when they say mixed zoning. Can I just de-zone this area completely? There we go. And then we'll fill this back in with oop, it's not working. Something's not working there. Let's de-zone the rest of this. Industry, medium, fill. Nope, that's not working. Okay, I'll just redraw it then. Click, 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 click. I wish you could do different shapes than just squares. So that's what I mean by the snaps. Pretty nice. Guess that's technically a different shape. If you do something like that. Some weirder shapes. Oop! It's probably a waste of space. You get some of the more extreme shapes they don't like building into. For example, if I put something in this little square, I probably won't get anything growing. I trick it to do a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh! Yeah, that's a bit glitchy. So, careful what you're building. Uh-oh. Can we de-zone this? There we go, it's gone. And that was just a light density. What happens if we put like a heavy density in there? Anything gonna grow? Bam! Big block in the middle of our downtown. Let's just leave that empty. And if there were just some little add-ons, like maybe parks or maybe like actual avenues or highways, I think I'd have a lot of fun with this game. And if there's a bit more dynamicness between the relationship between the different zones instead of just constant chasing these bars. Not exactly sure how that would happen. Maybe we could get some sort of economy going in. Demand kind of fluctuates up and down. City evolves over time. Because it's neat once you, if you have a larger city going, you make some radical changes, you can actually see these bars kind of going up and down, chasing each other. Let's see, what do we need? Some more residential. Let's see if I can get something in this shape here. Let's do medium, click, 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 click. Now we'll just fill this one up quickly too. Let's get another major road going through here. Build a faux roundabout. A hexagon roundabout, octagon. Not that it really matters since there's no traffic or cars. I'm gonna draw some roads coming off of this. And let's put some residential down here. It's more like it. Sure. It's really simple to build, you get really neat results. There we go. I wonder if we can fit some commercial in the middle here. Does F work? No, it doesn't fit that space. Don't think I can reasonably... Let's see. Let's go light. So I have to do it in 4s. 1, 2... Oh! I already messed it up. 1, 2, 3... Oh. Maybe we can do one on this side too. And then I can remove that road in the middle. Yeah, it's about the best I can get. We need a lot more commercial. Let's go up this way. And I'm just going to start zoning some large swaths to heavy density. Here, to here, there, and there. I'll fill up this one too. See, I can see everything else sort of slowly changing. Let's get some government buildings in there. Yeah, I forgot to show you, there's some, see the density map, as well as land value, which I believe both of them are just based directly off of the residential buildings. Or, sorry, the government buildings. Well, at least the land value is. Density, I think, just shows where the density is. But that's pretty obvious with the buildings showing. But you can also turn the buildings off if you feel like it. Actually looks kind of like a real city map there. And you can turn on a custom terrain if you happen to want to build Toronto. I imagine you can put in any other custom map there just by changing some of the files in the install. Probably just turn on some water, like go into paint, draw some water and ground and build around that. Or maybe use Google Maps to find an empty area and build a city on top of it. Give yourself some restrictions. Actually sounds kind of fun. I'll do that later. Let's see, let's quickly flesh out this city a bit here. And then I'll get back to you once it looks kind of pretty. And there we have it. That's how my city's gonna look right now. And that was about another 20 minutes or so of me fiddling around. And there's still a lot more space to go if you actually want to expand. Let's see what it looks like without buildings. It looks kind of like a realistic European style city. It's like an easy place to get lost. Density varies all over the place. I guess white is the heavy density, red's kind of medium, and it fades out to gray being low. Yeah, that's about right. Land values mostly based around the government buildings. Not sure if that affects anything else. Probably the larger buildings want to be where it's both heavy density and high land value. But yeah, cool little game to fiddle around with. I'll put the link to the download in the description below. And as usual, subscribe to see more games like this, and I will see you all later. Bye.